What's up, movie fans out there? I'm Troy to the Max Extreme.
And I'm Ghost Hunter Dave.
Together, we sock Thanos right in his kisser.
Oh, right in that California raisin chin.
As IMPERIUS REX. So today we'll be going over, if you haven't guessed already, Infinity War that came out. Another topical episode.
That's right. We kind of threatened to do this because, how can you not do an episode on the biggest superhero movie event
It's a big
ever,
deal.
Maybe?
It might be. Numbers are in.
Yes.
It's huge.
It is. So we're just going to kind of off the cuff on this. We didn't prep for it. We haven't even talked to each other since we each saw it separately.
Yeah.
We'll just throw some flash up behind us, but we're just going to get this one out because if you're watching this, you're not here for the summary and everything. You know what it is.
Right.
It's Thanos, he gets his MacGuffins, and then he lays waste to the universe.
Right.
And maybe some Avengers get together and stop him.
Right.
Maybe they don't.
Spoiler warning. If you haven't seen it yet, what are you doing?
Yeah,
but we are not going to be holding back because I want to talk about this without being a jackass going around everything.
Right. So we're just going to dive in.
Yeah.
But 10 years of Marvel films.
10 years, 19 films with this one.
19 films. You think they pulled it off right off the bat? Your opinion?
I thought the movie was very good. It does suffer from a lot of things going on in the movie, and suffer is even a harsh word, I think.
Yeah.
They did the best job possible with dealing with 40 characters or whatever in this movie.
Absolutely. I would say this movie is as good as humanly possible, given what they had to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It wasn't one of those, Justice League moments where I was like, it was probably as good as it could be, given that situation, Yeah. It was not good, but, it'll do.
Right.
This was, fantastic.
Right.
You had a hell of a bar to hit, and I would say you did it.
Yeah, me too.
In specific moments, went over the bar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. The funny thing you bring up Justice League is because the movies aren't really all that dissimilar to each other.
No.
A big goon comes from space, has a MacGuffin that can do pretty much everything, and then lays waste to whoever.
Right.
And it's quite shocking from the very get-go on how, they set up Thanos, because really you haven't seen him outside of his chair for more than, a second.
He's just been on that lazy boy, floating around space. I remember that it was serious concern that, we've been building to this for 10 years, and we haven't got a hint of, Thanos' personality.
Right.
What if he sucks?
Right.
What if he's a terrible villain? From the comics, we did our Infinity Gauntlet episode a couple weeks back, and we both agreed he's pretty shit. He's not great. And I have to say, walking out of this, I really, really liked the character of Thanos.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they did the best iteration of the character, as they sometimes do in these cinematic takes, where they have a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, that's good, got it, but we have to make this into a movie, so we're going to have to do a little tweaking.
Yeah.
For one, he's not obsessed with death.
Right.
Thank Christ.
Right.
The opposite, actually. He's obsessed with balancing the universe. So he wants to preserve life.
Right.
And by doing so, he has to kill a lot of people.
Right.
Because he has to keep the scales balanced.
Right. To preserve
the natural order
in the universe. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're people, aliens, whatever, they're eating up the place.
Right.
Run out of natural resources.
And in a sick way, I can see where he's coming from, because it makes sense. Yeah. Because in his own mind...
In a very Hitleristic type of thing. It's not a good decision, but I get it. You're talking similarities between this and Justice League, and another thing that popped into my head is how much goddamn better-looking Thanos looks.
Holy shit, yeah.
The CGI on this is immaculate.
Right.
From the previews and everything, you're like, it looks pretty good, but seeing it on the big screen in motion...
Right.
He might as well have been a living, breathing character.
Right.
It looked so good. Despite how ridiculous and dumb Thanos looks. It looked as good as you could make Thanos look.
The up-close, hero shots of him are awesome.
And my lord, did he emote through this.
Just even small little facial tics were completely noticeable, that looks real as hell.
The eyes and everything, he's facing a lot of inner turmoil in this, specifically in certain scenes with Gamora and stuff like that.
Right.
But it was my lord, he's given more drama than the living, breathing actors on set.
Yeah, it was amazing. The only time I ever thought they kind of cheated is when you kind of see him far off, where he doesn't look maybe as good. And there's a few, because I know when Black Panther came out, a lot of people was like, the CG kind of sucks. I'm like, it's good for a blockbuster movie, but I don't think it was up to par with like Civil War or anything like that.
Okay.
But so I was kind of looking out for it in this, and there's only a few spots where it was like a very quick shot of like an Iron Man suit where he sometimes looked a little too shiny.
I feel like they've kind of gotten lazy on the Iron Man armor. Mm-hmm. Like in the first Iron Man movie, it looked amazing. It actually looked like you couldn't quite tell if it was real or computer.
Yeah.
And now he's able to like fluidly turn into him, where it just looks like they paste his face on top of it. Yeah. Especially like when he first turns into it and he has the exo. Yeah. What do they call it?
It's like
extremis
armor.
Extremis. Yeah. And it just like biocircuitries all over him.
Yeah.
And that's the part where it's like, okay, now his head is way too big to actually fit in that suit. It just looked a little off, but Stark is the one where I feel like the CGI kind of craps out. Everything else looked solid to me. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. It's also...
And holy shit, was there a lot of CGI in this, too.
Well, I'm surprised the whole thing isn't CGI, to be honest, because, like, everything is, like, on this far-off distant planet, or...
A talking raccoon in a tree.
Or, like, hordes of aliens storming this countryside. Yeah. It's crazy. What I was going to say was that Thanos, right off the bat, comes off as super imposing.
Yeah.
Because...
It doesn't hurt that it opens with him laying waste to the only remaining survivors of Asgard.
Right. So I can't really, like... Because, like, Korg, who was a standout in Ragnarok, you don't see him in this.
Yeah.
And you don't see Valkyrie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know...
Maybe, like, an escape pod shot out?
I hope. Because, like, they were breakout stars. But
I can't imagine they'd kill Valkyrie off-screen.
Oh, yeah, But, like, Thanos was taking out movie contracts left and right in this.
Oh, my God. So, So, I mean, there's various death pools going on. Right off the bat, I called, like, Loki is done. Right. Loki has nothing else to offer to this franchise. I even was like, I think Thor could go. Because, like, what have you done? You're at the point where... His latest movie is more of a joke than anything like to continuity.
Right.
So like they've kind of exhausted Thor. More importantly, they've exhausted Loki, because how many times can you have the is he a good guy, bad guy thing?
Yeah.
So I was pleasantly not surprised. I was happy to see him get choked to death, I guess. So Loki's out of here.
Right.
Unless they say it's trickery, but it seemed very much like, I think they're done with Loki now.
Yeah, even Thor says that. Like, he's tricked me before, but this one's probably real.
He looked pretty dead.
But also, like, Hulk goes toe-to-toe with Thanos, and Thanos fucking cleans his clock Muhammad Ali style, and just, like, is whooping the shit out of him.
So much so that he has, like, post-traumatic stress, and Banner cannot transform into Hulk anymore.
Right.
He doesn't exactly say why, but you get the feeling like Hulk doesn't want to come out. It's like, oh!
Yeah. Not again. That sucked.
Yeah, he's kind of gone impotent in this.
But you bring up Thor, like, kind of having his story kind of wrapped up. I really liked Thor in this a lot.
I did too. So they twisted it on me, because I was like, I'm done with Thor. I actually liked him a ton in this.
Right.
And how they bring back the hammer. I loved.
Oh my God,
It was one of those side quest moments where it's like, you could probably cut this out and the movie would go a lot smoother, but I really dug it. I liked him opening up the heart of the star and everything.
That was awesome. Then
he gets Stormbringer, which is Beta Ray Bill's axe, right?
Yeah.
And it's forged by giant Peter Dinklage. And then what I just loved is that the handle is Groot.
Right.
Groot's arm.
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
They're like, oh shit, we don't have the handle. They didn't have the handle ready? Why are we I
thought too. Like,
what are you going to do with this thing?
Oh shit, I forgot the handle. And like,
it's like, it can wait. Like, you don't have to do it. There's no time limit. But Groot, like, turns off his Game Boy, comes over there, and makes the handle. And it's like, that is badass. He's got this hammer forged out of, like, a star.
Right.
And it's... You know, the handle is powered by Groot.
It's kill. And, like, when he comes back to action, that was the one moment in the movie where I want to be like, yeah!
Oh, he's such a badass.
Yeah!
Yep. Oh, so that was good. And Rocket gave him a random eye from someone that he...
So you didn't have to wear that fucking patch the whole time? Yeah.
Yeah, Thor has become really cool. Like, now that he's fully embracing, like, the lightning powers and everything, he's a badass in this.
Yeah, it was
way more than he's been before.
Yeah.
So that was great. His whole chunk, they split up everybody into, like, 3 or 4 groups, and then it kind of checks in with them periodically.
Right.
And they do it really well. Like, you don't feel like anyone got less screen time than others. I feel like if anyone got the least amount, it was kind of Captain America and his group. Yeah. Which I assume the next movie's going to focus more on, because a lot of the people that were in this are not anymore going forward. Yeah. I also love that Rocket Raccoon wants to steal Bucky's arm.
I'll get that arm.
I'm going to get that arm. I love that. I heard some people say, like, this is one of the funniest Avengers movies. And I'm like, bullshit, it was.
I mean, if there's the Avengers movies, maybe. But, like, the first one was pretty jokey. I just went back and rewatched it again.
Yeah, it's a little too jokey for me. I'm not the biggest Whedon guy, but...
I still liked it quite a bit, but...
I thought, like, tonally, this is dark as hell. Right. There are moments where they have jokes in it, but they felt very forced to me. I didn't think a lot of the humor was natural in this. It was more like... Let's throw some jokes in here, guys. Yeah,
so it's not as bleak.
Yeah, and then, like, instantly right back to heroes getting slaughtered.
Yeah. Which, I really... This is like the Empire Strikes Back of the Marvel films.
It absolutely is.
It's like taking a dip into, like, a little depression until it can come up on its last act next year.
By a little depression, half of the universe getting wiped out.
I mean, a little depressed. Yeah.
Yep. That was unexpected.
Very unexpected, but I really liked it. Yeah. Because it, like, made it feel like the movie had any stakes whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. So let's continue on the death list here real quick. We don't want this to go on too long, but Loki and a lot of Asgard right off the bat. Gamora.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
That was very good, yeah. I love that Red Skull popped up again.
Right.
Oh my god, I've been waiting to see him in something forever.
That was a surprise. I loved it.
Yep, and that's all I need of him. I don't need him to be like this mustache-twirling villain. No. He's just like this weird, like, ferryman now. Taking him to the last stone.
To the stone!
Yeah, when that character came up, I'm like, who is it gonna be? And then he steps out, and I was like, no! Yes!
I actually had...
Nazi!
I had an audible, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Unexpected. They kept that one very well hidden. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other, like, big shocks to me.
Well, I think a shock to everyone is when Thanos finally snaps.
Just
what happened?
Bust off a piece of your finger?
It was
hell of a snap there. Thanos would be impressed with that.
The last movie to come out, Black Panther, did amazing. And when the half the universe is, like, all evaporating... He's one of them, and everyone was like, "What happened here?"
Yeah, and they frame it really cool, where you think he's like going to his friend who's injured, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "She's gonna disappear." Yeah, and then he disappears, and you're like, "Oh no, no!" Peter Parker gone. Yep. All of the Guardians, with the exception of Rocket.
It's pretty much... And is Groot... No, Groot's gone, too.
Doctor Strange, gone.
The only people that are left are, like, the original Avengers, I think.
Yeah, the big three. War Machine. Rocket.
Yeah. Banner, is he still there?
Yeah, and Banner. And that might be kind of it. Maybe one or two others. Yeah. Weird. Never saw Hawkeye.
Right, yeah, he never showed up.
And he was all over the internet sporting his slick summer do, you know? Yeah. I'm assuming, and they were saying, like, maybe it's some kind of, like, Ultimates take where he's in mourning over his family. Maybe his family's gone. Maybe, and Hawkeye comes back to go into the battle.
Yeah, it could be.
Like, he's bow and arrow. What are you going to do?
I don't
know. Yeah. Scarlet Witch, gone. Vision.
Yeah.
Gets his forehead ripped out.
Which is pretty... He doesn't, like, go in and try to, like, pluck it out. He's just like...
It's like he starts to, and he's like, no, I gotta go deep.
This is too hard.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm just gonna take the whole chunk of forehead.
What looks cool, though, is that maybe Vision from here on out will be, like, the colorless Vision.
Yeah. I thought that looked really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Loved Thanos' Death Squad, which pulled directly from Hickman's thing, along with the weird four-armed monsters that attacked. They were in that too. But yeah, I loved the look of Corvus Glaive, I think.
The one
I just spit whatever you snapped your finger.
The one with the stick or whatever?
Yeah. I think they all had sticks. But the goblin, the one that looked like Willem Dafoe.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Looked great. Like, they all looked really good. Yeah. Ebony Maw was really creepy, like this weird Nazi doctor. The big dude.
Like Black Dwarf, or what's his name?
That's what it was in the comic. I think they changed it to something else here.
Did they ever say their names in this? I know Thanos said Maw once.
That's all I heard too.
I never got say that. Anybody else, because I wanted...
Proxima Midnight was the girl.
Yeah.
Fantastic names. But right out of the Hickman name generator.
I was still waiting for somebody to say them so the audience would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, cool name, but...
Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you went with?
No, I liked that they were in it, and I was fine that they all got killed off by the end of it, too. Yeah. It's like they were his posse to round up the stones, and now he's, like, omnipotent.
Right.
So, like, they're good. They played their part. They had... It was some villains to fight, and now we're moving on.
Yep.
Love that they shouted out to the Hickman run by including them, and that was enough.
Yeah. They don't really last long in the Hickman run anyway.
No, I don't think so. I mean, they were in it for his run, but
that's it.
I don't remember if they die or what happens in it. Maybe we should go back and read the whole 177 issues. But yeah, that was great. What else? The fights were amazing.
Yeah.
You know, my mom asked me afterwards, like, was it just action-packed? And I was like, it was, but not like in the negative sense, where someone's like, it's action-packed, which means it has no story or no stakes. As like, all the action was really well done, and there was a lot of it, but it didn't feel like you were just like turning off your brain and watching like, you know, a Transformers movie or like Pacific Rim or that's a higher rating than a Transformers movie, but still something that you just like zone off and watch.
Right.
Like this was great, you know. It felt like a really good comic.
Yeah.
How all the storylines were going on, everything, nothing felt like out of place, nothing felt like a bad comic adaptation. It just felt like watching a great comic on screen.
Yeah, really well done.
Everyone was true to their personality and their character. They all had their moment. Like Spider-Man had the cool Iron Spider armor from the it had all these great little call-outs where it's like, oh yeah, from the comic, you know? But like it makes sense. Everything was great.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing was great. Ends bleak. Thanos becomes a farmer.
Yep. So I did want to say, when we did our Infinity Gauntlet review, and we jokingly said, like, how much do you think the movie's going to take from this? And we laughed and said, like, next to nothing. I could not believe how many moments, some trivial, some big, came right out of Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
To the point where I was like, no way! It's ending with him as a farmer! No! As he sits on his stoop and, like, contemplates the universe.
In his little hut on his rice paddy.
Yes!
It's like, my God.
It's, like, unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah. A lot of the... Kept all the weird, bizarre body torture things in.
Oh, yeah.
Drax and Mantis get, like, disheveled like Thanos does to a couple people.
Yeah.
Nebula is in this state of, like, perpetual, like, disfigurement. Yeah. Kind of like her living death state that he puts her in. The showdown with Captain America there. Vision, instead of ripping his heart out, he rips a stone out. There was a lot. The New York getting the destruction happening to it.
I mean, half the universe getting wiped out. That's the whole thing.
Right out
too.
of it. Yeah.
So it's a nice blend of like what Hickman did and the Infinity Gauntlet story kind of mashed together.
Yeah, and then plus 10 years of Marvel movies leading up to
that
this.
Continuity
it did
stuff too.
Very well, keeping everything with that. I think the New Yorker just put out a review.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Everyone is jumping on. They're saying like, they basically kind of bashed it, saying you have to watch everything going in, or the movie doesn't take any time establishing who these characters are.
Yeah.
It's like, they spent 10 fucking years establishing who these characters are. This is how these movies are made now. Like, no one is just going to Avengers.
Right.
Without, like, where have they been? Have they been frozen in the ice? Like, everyone knows where we're at now.
Yeah. It would be nuts if the first Marvel movie you wanted to see is this one. Because you'd be like, I'm like, yeah, no kidding, you wouldn't know what's going on. It's like the 20th one in the series, you dum-dum.
Exactly. And it is, like, not only that, it's the third Avengers movie.
Right?
So if you watch the first two, you'd probably be okay.
Yeah.
You know, like most of the characters are established in that.
Yeah.
But really, like, what are you nitpicking here? Like, you know how pissed I would be if they spent the first hour telling who everyone was again? Like,
it already was
put in the time! I know!
It was already almost 3 hours long.
Yeah.
So, but it never felt 3 hours long.
No,
so
I mean, it felt long. It felt like this huge ordeal.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It was a blast to watch.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to watch more of these people suffer. Oh, man. But overall, fantastic.
Yeah.
You know,
I want to see it again, actually.
Yeah, I have a hard time, like, placing it because it's kind of its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like it's just, right now, it's just the capstone to everything.
Right.
It's not as fun as, like, Iron Man or
Right.
Guardians of the Galaxy. But it was epic as all get out.
Yeah.
You know, for an epic superhero movie,
Mm-hmm.
except no substitutes. This is it. I can't imagine what the fourth one is going to be.
I can't. I have no expectations because I have no idea what's going to happen.
No.
My expectations are high.
And I'm not going to read anything after Infinity Gauntlet to get some ideas, and we're done with those.
The only other thing I want to bring up is the post-credits scene.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
Fury and Hill.
Yeah. The damn scientists! Get out of here now!
But, good old Dick Fury.
Dick Fury.
I got what he was calling for at the end.
Yeah.
But my favorite part was to have everyone else in the theater, like, the little chatter is like, oh, what did that mean? What did that mean?
Everyone pulls up their phone.
And, like, that was because I heard, like, 2 or 3 people, like, try to explain to their daughter or their wife or girlfriend. That's mostly the one side it came from.
Yeah.
It's like, one guy was like, oh, he's calling in the Avengers. And I'm like,
are you...
motherfucker, did you not watch the whole movie?
Were you in a 3-hour bathroom break?
I'm like, well, I don't know. Well, yeah.
So yeah, it leads up to Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Because we got Ant-Man and Wasp, which I have no idea what to expect out of that.
I don't even know where it would sit.
Maybe it has to be before this.
I would think so. It'd
And
be
then,
weird if it didn't.
Yeah. There's some of the lucky 50%, and they never acknowledge it. And then is Captain Marvel November?
I can't remember when that comes out. I want to say it comes out before the fourth one, right?
Yeah, it's gotta.
Yeah, I don't know. We can look it up, but I'm not gonna.
Right. So Captain Marvel's kind of like his ace in the hole, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, wherever she's been, and they've known each other since the 90s, because that's when her movie takes place.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get her movie, flashback movie, and then she's going to apparently join the ranks and be a powerhouse.
Apparently
really
she's
cool.
supposed to be like Superman, like level power kind of stuff.
Cool. I'm anxious to see where she's been for the last 10 years.
20 years.
Well, I'm talking cinematically.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it. I mean, there's obviously more, but that's it. That's what we have time for.
There's plenty other videos on the internet where you can get that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Great acting.
Yep.
Everyone was bringing their A game.
Yep.
Everyone played ball.
Yep.
And felt like the stakes were high in this one.
And they were.
The end. No, that's not really the end. We'll wrap it up.
Great. Anything else?
No, that's enough. That's long enough.
Great.
You've all seen it. You have your opinions. Maybe you agree with us. Maybe you don't. But we enjoyed it, and it seems like everyone else does too.
I already seen one of my friends on Facebook say 2 out of 10. So I'm like, well, unfriend.
Yep.
No.
What an idiot.
But what did you think of Infinity War? Let us know down below. I only accept positive things.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. But if you didn't like it, I would be very interested on why, because that'd be odd to hear. But anyway, I've been Troy to the Max Extreme.
And I've been Ghost Hunter Dave.
And together we fought Thanos as Imperius Rex, and we'll see you next time.
That's right. Stay tuned next week where we dive into Frank Miller. Miller time.
Yes. Little side note.
Yes.
One of our last videos, we did request for a Q&A.
Yeah, if anybody wanted to take part in that.
And we also did already get a slew of things in the comments.
That's right.
We are going to answer those. We're not going to do it in the comments section. We're going to make a whole video in the future about it.
That's right.
So keep them coming. You can come. You can come. You can keep them coming in that Q&A video, or you can do it down below as well.
That's right. Or you can email us at ImperiusRexShow@gmail.com or shoot us a comment on Twitter @ImperiusRexShow.
That's right. And we'll tally them all down, and we'll just do them all in one place.
That's right. So we'll record that. We'll throw your name out on air, and keep the community thriving
and tight.
That's right.
A tight knit community.
That's right. So any questions about us, comics in general, movies, TV, whatever you're into, whatever you're interested that we're into.
Yeah, we'll do our best to stumble through it.
That's right. If that's any indication, it should be adequate. All right. So thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. Bye.